Back in 1987, I was a very young gamer, a 7-year-old kid, finding excitement and enjoyment in a handful of sprites bouncing around my tube television, courtesy of my Nintendo Entertainment System. In those days, we had to use our imaginations to fill in the dots between the pixels, as game characters and worlds were made of chunky blocks and primitive animations, due to the limits of technology. But that didn't stop us. And that didn't stop game developers and artists from creating either. Mega Man is a long-standing property in video games with a long tail behind him, stretching all the way back to 1987. I enjoyed the adventures of the Blue Bomber well enough as a kid, but it wasn't until the Sony PlayStation changed the game with bright, colorful 3D graphics that I fell in love with Capcom's flagship hero. The story of Mega Man Volnut and his friends on Cadillacs Island inspired me. They still do. Let me tell you about it. When the original PlayStation came on the scene in the 1990s, a lot of previously exclusive Nintendo properties found themselves swimming in new waters. Games like Final Fantasy, Castlevania, and yes, even Mega Man tried their hands on the new home gaming console produced by Sony. The results were often vastly different franchise experiences than what was produced on the Nintendo platforms. With Mega Man Legends, not only did they take the Blue Bomber into the third dimension, but Capcom went back to the drawing board for Mega Man's PlayStation debut and designed an entirely new world filled with rich lore and characters we'd never seen in the series' history. Capcom flipped the entire property from a side-scrolling 2D platformer into a fully 3D, voice-acted cinematic RPG. This was a stark change for Mega Man, and the result was a game spin-off series that, while ill-fated in the history books, still stands as my favorite Mega Man game and a cult classic. Mega Man Legends takes place in a world of air pirates, treasure hunters, and an entire cast of anime-inspired characters living on a small island known as Cadillacs Island. This iteration of Mega Man explores the world in an airship called Flutter, along with his friends Roll Casket, an iteration on the classic assist character of Mega Man fame, Barrel Casket, who serves as sort of a stand-in for the absent Dr. Light, and Data, a robot monkey with a surprisingly deep and rich secret history. Data also serves as your save points in the game. Do you remember save points? Probably not. Our heroes are known as diggers, and they find and explore ancient subterranean civilizations in search of a legendary treasure known as the Mother Lode. Much of the gameplay in Mega Man Legends has you exploring the many dungeons far beneath the surface of Cadillacs Island and battling the ancient Reaverbots who prowl the corridors and protect the secrets and treasures below. Back in the late 90s, anime was really hitting its stride here in North America, and Mega Man Legends tapped into that vein with characters that looked like they were taken straight from some of my favorite anime movies. And while Capcom had already cut its teeth in the realm of 3D graphics with Resident Evil, Mega Man Legends allowed them to go in another direction altogether, eschewing pre-rendered backgrounds and more realistic character models for a bright and colorful cartoon look. They also did a fantastic job emoting and animating their characters, giving them wonderfully vibrant and hilarious personalities. It's the art style and character design that really makes this game so much fun for me to go back to and play. Mega Man Legends also features perhaps the most lovable and hilarious antagonists in Mega Man history, the Bon family. The Bon family is a team of sky pirates who chase and antagonize our heroes from one end of Catalox to the other. Led by Teasel Bon, a giant loudmouth buffoon who sounds kinda like an animated Bobcat Goldthwait. Teasel thinks he's the brains of the group, but that title has to go to Tron Bon, a hotshot mechanic and robot operator. Tron Bon commands the lovable Servbots and is constantly stomping her tantrums across Mega Man's paths on his quest for the Mother Lode. The Bon family are probably more entertaining than our entire team of heroes, and every time they come on screen you can't help but laugh and almost root for them to get a win. Almost. There are some pretty awesome battles in this game as well. Previous games in the Mega Man franchise were 2D side-scrollers that forced your adversaries to fit on a single screen. But Legends gave the team a wide-open 3D field of play to create massive hulking Tron bots and Reaver bots to put in your way. There's even an epic airship battle in this game to keep things action-packed and exciting. Mega Man also has an ever-evolving cache of weapons and tools to take on his foes, including rocket boots, drill arms, and even a vacuum, in case he has to battle dust bunnies. All in all, Mega Man Legends delivers a wild, funny, and extremely charming take on the adventures of the Blue Bomber, and it gets my highest recommendation. But enough from me. Sit back and enjoy the rest of this sketch play for Mega Man Legends.